Velden complex is doing very well as a business at the moment. We have been improving our safety record tremendously and actually reducing our lost time injury frequency rate from where it was about 6.2 down to 1.3. We have also been able to increase our production about 10% year on year, and if we've been lowering our operating cost to where it sits now at about 1,120 per ton of metal. Now this puts us in a great position to continue to invest in our business. Now the first of this is our fantastic world-class Gamsberg project, which will be in full production by middle next year. That will increase our production fourfold. Now we're not going to stop there. We're already working on phase 2 for Gamsberg, which is basically an extension of the open pit. And then there's a phase 3 for Gamsberg, which is a new underground mine. Now both those phase 2 and phase 3 are still projects that we need to get through approval, meaning we need to show that it's economically viable to do that. We've also got our Swartberg project, which is an extension and will effectively replace the mining that we're currently doing in our Deeps mine. Again, there we see something like 15-20 years of life. Now, as we are improving our performance currently, we are showing that we can make a success of these projects. We've got lots of ore around us here, but the opportunity for us is that it's relatively lower grade, and we have to be very efficient to be able to make that a possibility. But with the successes we are having and the ingenuity we are showing, this is a real possibility to make all these projects a reality, and that's growing our business and is creating fantastic job opportunities and opportunities for growth for people in this area. Our Deeps mine has 4 years of life left, and that means that that section of the ore body will be mined out at that stage. But we have been working a long time on extension opportunities, and the opportunity we see is at Swartberg mine. About 20% of our current production is coming from the Swartberg mine, and we have finalized a feasibility study on how we can ramp up the production from our Swartberg mine to effectively replace our Deeps mine. That has a 15 to 20 year life horizon at this stage. We have invested significantly in exploration in that area, drilling nearly 60,000 meters, investing something like 90 million rand this year alone in exploration. Now we see this ramp up happening over the next 2.5 to 3 years, and that will give us fantastic opportunity for the future. The challenge is it's relatively low grade, and we have to be extremely efficient at the extraction to make this a success. The plan is to effectively sink a new decline of about 3 kilometers in length, a twin decline, and that effectively we've been ramping up the production over the next 3 years, being ready and to be in full production at Swartberg by the time the Deeps is mined out. In 4 years' time, our Deeps mine will be mined out. But there are so many growth opportunities and projects we are working on. One of those is our Swartberg mine, which, if we can show that it's economically viable, will be ramping up over the next 3.5 years. There's also our Gamsberg project, where the phase 1 will be in full production by middle next year. And there's also phase 2 and 3, that's possibilities for the future, again if we can show that those are economically viable projects. There's also beyond mining projects like farming and the likes that we're working on. Now all this is creating growth in the area, and that will create those job opportunities. And I see fantastic options for development for people in this area in the future. The outsourcing that we've been doing is actually us partnering with experts in the industry. Starting up the Gamsberg mine it is very critical that we get our ramp up, which means getting to full production, that we do that as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Now, as part of the open pit mining, we need to remove 65 million tons of waste before we can start mining. That's not something we've ever done at Black Mountain Mining. So we have looked for the best partners in the industry that can assist us with doing this. People that share our values and will treat their employees the same way we would do. And that allows us to make a success of a project like Gamsberg. The same approach is being taken for the operation of the plant. Again, we're partnering with an expert in the industry that's used to starting up new projects and will allow us to get to that fast ramp up. We've achieved very good success at Black Mountain Complex over the last few years. We've done that by working together, the union, the workforce, management. We've implemented so much change, ranging from technically changing the mining method, changing shift patterns, changing structures, really changing the way we've worked. Now that allowed us to improve our safety performance, increase our production, and lowering our operating cost. This puts us in a position to invest in the business. We have not taken any money out of the business for the last few years. Everything is being invested back into the business. Now this is allowing the growth. This is coming from our projects, and we will continue to do everything we can to grow the business. This is the ethos of our company. Now that growth creates job opportunities, and we are always going to need dedicated, hard-working people to help us grow these projects. And I implore every person to continue to ask themselves, how do I better myself? How do I ensure I'm living the values and that I'm trying to be a more efficient worker to help make these projects a reality? And that's the way to ensure long-term prosperity and growth at Black Mountain.